Happy week 10, everybody. So this is going to begin our official, if you like, start of the second and final half of our term. So I will be getting started at least. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get them all turned around in time this week, but most of them should be back to you, if not all of them will be back to you. Your research essays, your MLA research essays by the end of the week. And remember, first I'm going to grade them, and then I'm going to go back and add the blog bonus points. So if you happen to see a grade in your grade book early on this week or in the first half of the week, keep in mind that that might not be your official score, because I record all the grades and then I go back to add the blog bonus points. Okay? So we're starting with a new mode of discourse this week, and that is classification and division. So basically, the effort here in classifying and dividing is breaking things down into their component parts. This is basically a step that you take before you go to analyze something. When you analyze something, you have broken that thing, whatever it might be, scientific specimen under a microscope or a concept, an idea. Before you could study it deeply, you first have to break it apart. You have to organize it, classify it, divide it, okay, before you could understand it in more complete terms. So that is this step in the rhetorical spectrum that we're looking at over this semester. And the article that you're reading in the 1101 Reader is an article from the AV Club written by a Joseph Heller entitled, "Is There a Formula for a Good Book?" So part of the assignment this week is a discussion forum. And you'll notice that the discussion forum, I'm going to start doing this from here on out. Number one, I'm going to require you to submit an original 150-word submission, and your reply to the other student's submission must also be 150 words at least, okay? And I'm no longer enabling you to go into the forum and read each other's posts before you submit your original post. In other words, before you could read anyone else's discussion forum post, you first have to submit your own. This way, I'm a little more comfortable knowing that you haven't read other people's posts and maybe gleaned off of what they said, maybe repackaged it in such a way so where you didn't have to read the article. We've all done this. I've done this too in college discussion forums, okay? So this incentivizes you to actually read the article, make your post, then you could go back and comment on someone else's post, okay? And then there's also an SCC assignment as well. This is going to be Chapter 3, Modes of Discourse, of course, and it's exercises 7 and 8. So what they ask you to do is to classify and divide, break down some broad concepts, okay? And then there's a follow-up exercise to that as well. Let me just double check here just to make sure. Yes, exercises 7 and 8 in SCC. 3.3 is the chapter and unit, okay? So 2 assignments this week. I will be getting back your research essays. And then next week is going to kick off our adding to our first half essays, okay? So by the end of next week, your narrative, your redone narrative will be due. And all I mean by redone is making little edits, revising, editing, proofreading your original document, seeing where you might have made some mistakes, or looking at my comments and maybe taking them on board to improve your original essay. But in addition, you have to add an additional page to your original essay, okay? So you're not changing it in that you're not doing something else. You're not writing a different narrative. You're taking the bones of your original narrative, cleaning it up, and adding to it, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your original grade for your first version and the new grade on your edited and added to version. I'm going to average those together, and then that will be your overall grade for that essay. Okay? So that's how we're going to operate here with the other essays as well. So first up will be the narrative, then the descriptive, argumentative, persuasive, MLA research, argumentative, persuasive. Okay? And all along we'll be doing other modes of discourse, but we won't be devoting essays to them. We'll be doing reader exercises and SCC exercises as well. Okay? So a pretty short video this week. I don't really see the need to make it any longer than this. If you all have any questions or comments, concerns, feel free to email me throughout the week, and I will get back to you in as timely a manner as I can. All right? Well, guys, here's to the start of a new half of our semester here. And let's be proud of what we do. Okay, let's do well. And I will see you next week. Peace. Catch you later.